All right, let's jump right into today's explainer. We've got a really fascinating strategic briefing for you all, focusing on a concept called water AI fluid. If you're a tech investor or an industry leader, you'll want to pay close attention because this is being positioned as a completely revolutionary piece of decentralized infrastructure built specifically for the exploding digital labor market. So here is our agenda. We are going to systematically break down the AI compute bottleneck, introduce water AI fluid, examine the peer-to-peer architecture, look at how it powers autonomous digital labor, break down the freemium business model, and finally, we'll explore the Stellarium economy. Let's get to it. Starting off with Section 1, the AI compute bottleneck. How do we scale AI without absolutely breaking the bank? Honestly, it's the million-dollar question every single enterprise leader is facing right now. Demand for AI tools is just off the charts, but the underlying infrastructure costs, they are astronomical. The crux of the issue is this. Centralized cloud computing costs literally prohibit the scaling of digital labor. Because these centralized cloud services charge huge premium rates, it makes it basically impossible for small businesses, freelancers, or independent developers to affordably deploy autonomous AI agents at any real scale. The math simply doesn't work for mass adoption or sustainable operational efficiency if we stick to the current centralized models. Which brings us to Section 2, introducing Water AI Fluid. You can essentially think of this like BitTorrent, but operating as a massive, decentralized AI supermodel for inferencing. It is this vibrant, interconnected, peer-to-peer network that completely flips the traditional cloud computing model on its head. We're talking about a major shift here. We're moving away from those rigid, hyper-expensive centralized server farms and shifting toward a flexible, decentralized mesh. By leveraging distributed computing, Water AI Fluid drastically lowers that barrier to entry. It provides a highly cost-effective, massively scalable alternative for the whole industry. Moving on to Section 3, the peer-to-peer architecture. So how does it actually work? Well, the workflow is pretty straightforward. First, users install the software on their everyday PCs or servers. Then, they share their idle computing power. Next, in a really clever mechanism inspired by BitTorrent, users earn priority for their own inference jobs simply by seeding. And finally, the processing is distributed entirely across the network. It's a fantastic example of a highly efficient, automated resource management system. By completely bypassing those centralized bottlenecks, the whole system scales dynamically. The heavy inference tasks are broken down into manageable little pieces, processed by available nodes all over the globe, and then seamlessly reassembled. It taps into this massive, untapped pool of computing power just sitting idle on desks and in server racks worldwide, which guarantees constant operational efficiency. Okay, Section 4, powering autonomous digital labor. The absolute core concept we need to grasp here is delay-tolerant digital labor. See, Water AI Fluid is purpose-built for autonomous AI agents. We're talking about independent systems where slight delays just aren't critical to their operation. We aren't dealing with self-driving cars that need split-second reflexes, right? We're talking about heavy background operational efficiency. Just think about the ideal use cases. Automated customer support bots, super complex data analysis tools, large-scale content generation systems. Like, if an automated content generator is drafting an article, a processing delay of 2 or 3 seconds is perfectly fine. That slight latency trade-off is exactly what makes this low-cost network the absolute ideal, highly scalable host for digital workers in the enterprise space. Let's look at Section 5, the freemium business model. The business strategy here hinges on a classic freemium model to maximize network reach. Tier 1 gives you free access, but your processing priority is tied directly to your seeding contribution. From there, it monetizes through Tier 2 paid subscriptions for power users who need faster turnarounds, and then Tier 3 enterprise plans, which offer custom scale and absolute reliability for massive organizations deploying fleets of AI agents. And to further incentivize the whole network, their future roadmap includes a fully integrated token economy. The source documents detail the introduction of the Water cryptocurrency. Basically, users will earn tokens by contributing computing power and spend them to get priority access. It's a brilliant strategy that perfectly aligns with broader decentralized market trends. Finally, Section 6, building the Stellarium economy. Now, Water AI Fluid isn't just presented as some standalone piece of software. It is actually a core engine for the Stellarium Foundation's principles of sustainable economic growth. It acts as a tool for what they call wealth activism. It's designed to generate the tangible resources and the operational efficiency required for their elevation to Eden mandate. That's their vision of a post-scarcity society, governed by a simple rule: do good, make money, have fun. I really want to leave you with this powerful quote from John Victor of the Stellarium Foundation. He says, "Wealth is the antidote to poverty, the foundation of security, and the enabler of every higher pursuit." So here's the big question. If deploying decentralized AI computing can literally engineer efficiency, automate our labor, and drastically slash costs across the board, are we standing on the threshold of a totally new economic paradigm? It definitely makes you wonder exactly what the digital labor market will look like tomorrow.